Welcome everyone to a new episode with Coffee with Summer. Me and my team, when we did our research on what you prefer to hear this month, we found that there's a lot of hits around toxic work environments. And I can see that in my clinic as well. I have a lot of clients who are right now trying to transition from toxic work environments to finding a healthier one, or even contribute to transmutation of that toxic energy in their work environment. So our topic today is about toxic work environment. How can you know that you are in a toxic work environment? How can you change it, or you leave it if you can't? Let's start with this quote by Marsha, who is the founder of DBT, Dialectical Behavioral Therapy. The path out of hell is through misery. By refusing to accept misery, you're refusing to climb out of hell, and accordingly you go back to hell. What does that mean? It means that when we are in a very toxic place, whether this is a toxic work environment, a toxic relationship, the way to get out of it, you're going to feel miserable at the beginning. Almost you're going to feel some kind of withdrawal symptoms when you are going through that. If you refuse that pain and you ran back to the toxic work environment or the toxic relationship or the toxic person, you're going back to the hell. So when I work with clients who are coming out of a work environment that is really toxic, the first stage that I find is actually denial. We refuse to accept that we are in a toxic work environment or a toxic relationship, because it actually makes us think that we are not that smart. How I would be smart or strong or high achiever and I am sitting in a toxic work environment. So it really hits our own self-concept. The news is, toxic environments or relationship has nothing to do with your level of intelligence, with your level of achievement, with your level of performance. It has all to do with the culture of that place. And basically what we do in therapy, we help you to take your power back from this cultural rules, whether this cultural rule is a work environment or a family environment or a relationship environment. And taking your power back is not like a pleasant process. Oh, I'm going to take my power back. It's actually very painful, because in your body, you will feel like as if you are betraying someone. But the truth is, you are not betraying anyone. You are actually claiming what is naturally yours, which is your power, which is part of it is, if you are in an environment that doesn't work for you, you got to do something about it. So the first stage is denial. The second stage is actually radical acceptance. You start to accept that. And in the acceptance, we start to feel all the harsh feelings. Sadness, grief, shame, guilt, name it. So part of that is actually being with those feelings and processing them. It's easier said than done, because as human beings, we will do anything that we can to avoid these very harsh, dark feelings. Especially two specific feelings for high achievers: disappointment and helplessness. We hate these two feelings. And from a former performer, high performer, I hated those feelings. So whenever I felt I could smell when I'm approaching disappointment or helplessness, I will overachieve. I will compulsively give. I'll do anything I can to avoid these two emotions. But what will happen is I will keep looping in my misery. I will keep looping in my hell and the toxic connection that I'm in, whether that's in work and relationship, name it. The moment I accept the disappointment and the helplessness is the moment my nervous system goes, but a lot of pain. Physiologically, we feel pain when we are feeling these two emotions, but also we get very grounded, because part of how we see the human psyche, grief, sadness, any of those dark emotions, they build your roots. They build to your connection and your base. Joy, content, happiness are the branches. You can't have strong branches without strong roots, okay? So after we do that, the healing process actually starts. So after you accept, the healing starts, because you are actually now ready to feel. We cannot heal without feeling. It's an indigenous proverb, right? You feel it to heal it. So you start feeling it, we start processing it, it starts moving through your body and out of your body. Then when you come back to your alignment, when you come back to that space that is your essence and your depth, you start seeing things as they are. You don't need to defend it, you don't need to sugarcoat it, because at that moment you are out of what we call a trauma bonding. And we will have a whole episode about trauma bonding. It's a big animal to talk about, but in this context of the toxic work environment, trauma bonding is you are settling for something that is not good to you, and you are defending the person who's creating the toxicity. It's almost like One form of trauma bonding is Stockholm Syndrome, when a kidnapper takes someone in and the kidnapped start actually protecting the kidnapper and bonding to them emotionally, okay? It's a form of a very, very toxic emotional manipulation. We're gonna go through that in a whole different episode, but just in this context. And then after that, once the healing starts, you start sifting and sorting. Now what? How can I transition from that toxic work environment and create a new opportunity for myself? In most of the cases that I worked with, you don't even need to create opportunities. Opportunities come to you when you are ready. And once they come to you, your job is to embrace them. There are some things in life that we can't just run after. We just need to be prepared for when they present themselves in our lives. Okay? So keep asking me questions about toxic work environment. Right now, especially in that level of evolution of humanity, when we are trying to create new systems, a lot of toxic work environments will be showing up. A lot of people will be moving jobs, changing jobs. So keep sending me your questions. Thank you for today. Bye.